The next item on the agenda is proclamations. And in addition to backgrounds, I wore my new Washington County Pride Proclamation t-shirt that is available to employees for purchase. So at this juncture, I'd like to turn it over to Ms. Latricia Tillman, our Office of Equity, Diversity and Inclusion here at Washington County and leading our Office of Equity, Inclusion, and Community Engagement. Ms. Tillman.
Good morning, Chair Harrington and Commissioners. For the record, my name is Latricia Tillman. I'm the Chief Equity Officer for Washington County, and I'm pleased to offer just a few introductory remarks on our cultural heritage celebrations before I turn it over to Sean Brown and members of our Washington County Pride Month Planning Committee to read the proclamation. So Washington County Cultural Heritage celebrations and resource pages are an important starting point for our collective organizational engagement and our learning about equity, diversity, and inclusion. Central to bringing the board's commitment to centering equity and community voice is the importance of deepening our understanding of the many diverse communities that are part of Washington County and our employee community. The Pride Month celebrations we will enjoy this month have been planned and organized by 25 staff who volunteered to support our learning in addition to their official work. These celebrations offer an opportunity to enter into relationship with staff and community who identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, or questioning, and many other identities in this community to build trust and deepen our understanding of these diverse and growing communities in Washington County. These celebrations also create an opportunity to learn about historic and present oppression of the LGBTQ plus community and the community's resilience in the face of that oppression so that we can reflect on whether or not our current policies and sentiments support the well-being of the LGBTQ plus community and address historic exclusion. The Heritage Month committees are very thoughtful and creative about the learning opportunities they share with our Washington County community, and they're always interested in learning more. So we do encourage people who may be curious about what is or is not presented or the policy implications of what's shared this month to reach out to us at the Office of Equity, Inclusion, and Community Engagement, or to open a dialogue with colleagues and the planning committee to ask questions and talk more about things that we can do better next year. I do want to thank all of the members of the committee who met over the past few weeks under the leadership of Committee Chair Highland Edelman, who's part of our office. All of the committee's commitment to increasing visibility and acceptance of members of this community is invaluable. We appreciate you all so much. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Sean Brown from Assessment and Taxation, who will introduce the rest of the presenters, and then they will read the 2021 Pride Month Proclamation. So Sean, take it away.
Thank you, Latricia Tillman, for all of your work during Pride Month celebrations, working with marginalized communities. And thank you, Chair Harrington and the Washington County Board of Commissioners. I'm here today with 5 of the 25 members of the Washington County Pride Month Planning Committee. We are joined by community member Salvador Garcia, and together we are honored to read aloud the 2021 Washington County Pride Month Proclamation. We'll begin by introducing ourselves. My name is Sean Brown. I am Senior Admin here at Washington County in the Archive section of the Assessment and Taxation Department.
I am Salvador Garcia. I'm a local member of the LGBTQ community here in Hillsborough. And before I continue, I just want to thank the Washington County Board of Commissioners and the Washington County Pride Planning Committee for inviting me and letting me sit in and listening as well as reading the proclamation. A little bit about myself. I've been out since I was about 17, 18. I went to Century High School, go Jaguars. And that's when I actually met my boyfriend, my now fiance, and we've been together. Actually, I did the math right before this meeting for 6 years this month. So it's been a long time. But again, thank you so much for inviting me.
Hello, my name is Veronica Garcia. I am with the Assessment and Taxation Department as one of the senior accounting assistants. I would like to thank the board as well as the Pride Committee members for allowing me the privilege to be able to read the proclamation today along with my son. My son is Salvador Garcia Jr. Today is particularly meaningful for me, and I hope I get through this without tearing up, by the way. Particularly meaningful to me since in reading this with Sal, as he stated, he did come out to us when he was 17. And at first we struggled, to be honest. However, through open dialogue, understanding, laughter, lots of tears, and lastly, love. I have grown to accept him and love him and his fiancée as my son. So I wish to thank everyone for allowing me the privilege today.
Assessment and taxation, and I also want to give thanks to the board and the committee for allowing me to participate. This is very meaningful. I'm an ally, and this is a grand gesture to allow me to participate. So thank you.
My name is Jacob Rosales from Senior Administrative Specialist over at Housing Services. My pronouns are he, him, él, his, and I am also a member of the LGBTQ community. Seeing Washington County progress and get to the point where we are, and this is the second time I've been honored to actually read the proclamation to the Board of Commissioners. So again, thank you to all of the Board of Commissioners for allowing me this opportunity.
Good morning. My name is Adam Fox. I'm a Washington County Facilities Operations Technician. My pronouns are he, him, and his, and I am a proud ally and strong supporter of the LGBTQ community here in Washington County, both in our county government and the community that we serve as public servants. And it is a privilege to be able to participate in the reading of the proclamation. And I noticed that my background is somehow flipped 180 degrees. Chair Harrington has it correct, by the way.
The way it projects for us, it's just fine.
Good morning. I'm Lewis Ferguson. I'm a program specialist in the Office of Inclusion, Equity, Inclusion, and Community Engagement. Pronouns are he, him, his. Also a member of the LGBTQ plus community. My husband and I of 25 years are very happy to be here and excited to celebrate Pride in Washington County.
Okay, that's everybody. Thank you all for those introductions, and we'll begin by reading the proclamation. The Board of Commissioners for Washington County, a proclamation in honor of LGBTQ Pride Month 2021. Whereas our country was founded on the principle of equal rights for all people, but the fulfillment of this promise has been too long in coming for many Americans, including those who identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning people. And
whereas an historic turning point in the movement toward equal rights for LGBTQ people occurred on June 28, 1969 at the Stonewall Inn in New York City, when LGBTQ community members rose up and fought back against brutal police raids and discriminatory criminal laws that have been since declared unconstitutional. And
You're muted, Veronica.
Thank you, Latricia. Sorry about that, committee. Whereas the first LGBTQ Pride Parade took place 1 year later on June 28, 1970, to commemorate the events of Stonewall, launching what would become an annual nationwide tradition of Pride celebrations every year since then. And
Whereas on June 11th, 1999, President Bill Clinton declared June Gay and Lesbian Pride Month to commemorate the 30th anniversary of the Stonewall Uprising, and on June 1st, 2009, President Barack Obama expanded the commemoration further by declaring June to be Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, and Transgender Pride Month. And
Whereas on June 24th, 2016, President Barack Obama designated the Stonewall Inn as a national monument, forever preserving the historic site where the modern LGBTQ civil rights movement began, and
Whoops, Adam, you're muted still. I do it all the time.
Thank you, Chair Harrington. Whereas we acknowledge that amidst the backdrop of the COVID-19 pandemic and the country's continuing struggle to seek justice for Black lives, our current Pride Month celebrations underscore the critical role that intersectionality plays in the fight for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning justice. And
whereas we remember that the uprising at Stonewall was led by people of color and Black trans members of the LGBTQ community, and that past and present battles for racial and LGBTQ justice in this country were built on the shoulders of courageous changemakers like Jose Sarria, Maxine Perkins, Donna Burkett, Manonia Evans, Marsha P. Johnson, Sylvia Rivera, and many others. And
whereas, even though actions to prevent the spread of COVID-19 have canceled traditional Pride Month celebration events, our deep pride for the LGBTQ plus community, their great diversity, their invaluable contributions to our communities, and their triumph over discrimination and hate can never be canceled or forgotten. And
Whereas love wins.
Now, therefore, be it resolved that this first day of June 2021, the Washington County Board of Commissioners do hereby proclaim June 2020 as Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, Questioning, and Queer Pride Month, and urge all community residents to eliminate discrimination and injustice wherever it exists, to celebrate the lives of our LGBTQ neighbors and friends, to work together to create a more inclusive society that values all people, no matter who they are and who they love, extending the promise of our country to all people.
And with that, I would ask for any commissioner comments as well as a motion to adopt the proclamation as read.
I'd like to make a comment, Chair. First of all, we're in these boxes, but through these boxes, I hear your love, and that's the amazing part to me. And I want to thank the Pride community or the Pride committee and our community members for putting this together. And I want to read some thoughts that are important to me. I'm proud to recognize this month as Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, Questioning, and Queer Pride Month, and for our board's proclamation honoring this occasion. It's an opportunity to highlight the relentless fight of courageous advocates ever since the uprising back in 1969 at the Stonewall Inn for equal rights and the end to the discrimination against the LGBTQ plus community. Since that time, we've made great progress, but we're not there. And there's much more work that needs to be done. I want you to know that I recognize this, and I remain committed to making sure that Washington County is a welcoming and inclusive place for our LGBTQ community. I stand in solidarity and join everybody in celebrating this month. And again, thank you. Thank you for your work. Thank you for your commitment. And thank you for being a voice. It's so important.
Thank you, Commissioner Treese. Any other commissioner comments?
Yes, Chair Harrington. I echo everything Commissioner Treese said. Thank you so much and happy Pride Month. June is my favorite month, and it's because of Pride Month. I used to religiously participate in the Portland Pride Month and really enjoyed. And, you know, I've been here this is my 6th month. And as you know, we've heard a lot of proclamations here, great proclamations that we've declared. And I honestly, the strategy that you all employed here to bring so many voices to read the proclamation, I really enjoyed that. Thank you so much. That was a really creative way of bringing so many different voices and so many life experiences to us, to get to know you and to learn a little bit about your journey and where you stand around LGBTQ issues. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for sharing your lived experiences, and happy Pride Month. I want you to all know that I support and appreciate, and you have an ally and a supporter in me, and thank you.
Any other commissioner comments? Go ahead, Commissioner Willie.
Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you to Latricia for the leadership that you've provided on this, on the short tenure that you've had with the county, and you've done a great job of pulling this kind of resolution and this kind of work together and bringing it out to the forefront. And certainly, congratulations to the Pride Planning Committee. What a group that you've already got a lot of things done. But I just want to say thank you for all of your commitment to doing this, and we're happy to have this resolution. I think this always just spotlights certain important issues, and this is certainly one of them. So congratulations on this, and thanks for your hard work.
I would certainly echo the same comments. I have to embarrass Veronica a little bit. I'm still wrapping my head around you and Salvador being mother and son. You look about the same age. And I don't mean to embarrass you, but I'm looking and saying that doesn't seem like, yeah, okay. Anyway, thanks for all of you appearing and reading the proclamation. I know it's always difficult and being on camera, and there's only, I just counted, there's 83 million people watching this, so don't be too concerned. I'm teasing, it's no.
Thank you, Commissioner Rogers. Well, as true to form, as chair, I'll speak last. As we enter into this month of June and a month of remembering and honoring our LGBTQ community, I simply want to say this. I see you and I support you. For our Washington County employees who identify as queer, I hope you feel like you can bring your full self to the workplace in ways that feel honest for you. And for those in our community, I hope that I can be an ally in making you feel safe and welcome. And as we round the corner on this COVID-19 pandemic, please get vaccinated if you are able to. I wish you some summer fun. And I hope that we have a chance to get together soon and to celebrate the marvelous diversity that makes our community so amazing. Happy Pride, everyone. And thanks to the Washington County affinity groups, we're finally able to lift you up and to help you bring your full true selves to work. And I appreciate everyone's participation. Thank you very much. And with that,
Chair, before we move on, it would be great if everyone would pose for a picture.
1, 2, 3, smile.
Thank you for doing that.
Terrific. And with that, do we have a motion to adopt this proclamation? A motion from Commissioner Treese. Do we have a second? A second from Commissioner Fye. All those in favor, please vote by saying aye or raise your hand.
Yay, yes, absolutely.
Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously 5-0. Thank you, everyone. Happy Pride Month, June 2021. And thank you for joining us this morning and participating in these formal meeting festivities. I appreciate it.